Alright, we are back in the lab after a successful harvesting run of sand and sandstone. That is, as I said, going to prove extremely useful to us later on. If you're familiar with Thaumcraft 3, or remember, if you hold the Shift key down and hover over the items, it will show up if you've researched them. And as you can see, haven't yet researched sand, so let's grab some sand. Haven't got chiseled sandstone yet, but I think I know the reason behind that. And hey, we haven't checked any of these shards yet, so let's do that as well. And because there are a lot of items in the Minecraft world, this really does mean that there may be a huge amount of items for us to discover. Each time we make a new research, make a new discovery with our research using our thermometer, it does in fact give us research points. At first it can get a little frustrating with that. However, the more you learn, the easier it gets to know. So let's check the air shard. And at this time we're still not completely up to speed with everything we need. What about fire? No, not so much. Alright, and earth. Well, let's just check to make sure we didn't derp that one. Here we go. Nope, still no good. Alright. What about something metallic? What could that do us? Alright, we have discovered metallum, and it looks like we've gained just one research point for that. So, because we haven't got anything for iron ingots, let's grab one of those. And you'll notice that's worth 4 metallum research. Pretty handy, huh? Now this water bucket is water and iron, right? And sure enough, but you'll notice a third aspect just got revealed, and that's called vacuous, or emptiness. Typically that's stored in containers, like say an iron chest. Oh, and remember we got to shift sneak click to before we can check it. And that peculiarly is for vitreous, which is like crystal. Not sure how that worked out. What about crafting tables? Nope, we're still not getting any luck there. Sand. Sand is Perdicio and Terror. And now let's take a look at our Thaumaticon and see where we are at with our aspects of magic. I did find a couple of nodes on the way, so we have added to our research there. But you can see that vitreous is Saxon plus aqua, and vacuous is air plus Perdicio. This will be good to know later on. Alright, the next step, we need to get ourselves our research table. So we've done the thermometer, we now need to get our workbench. And that requires a glass file, feather, and ink sac. Alright, so let's get that going. Glass file. Guess we're going to have to do the hard work and check how to make those. We could use just a glass bottle. Okay, so that is 1 piece of clay and 3 pieces of those for 8. That's a slightly better rate of return there. So I'm going to grab me some clay that I got earlier. I'm going to pop this in here. And because we're going to use a few of these later on, let's go ahead and make 16 of those. Alright, the other items we need is a feather and an ink shard. Ink sac, sorry. Alright, so glass file, feather, ink gives us scribing tools. Alright. And as I said, once your scribing tools, once you start using research, your scribing tools will start to wear out, just like a pickaxe or a shovel will. In order to fill it up, once it's empty, you just go ahead and add this in, and you'll notice one of these plus one of these equals a brand new set of scribing tools. So it really just refills the ink well. I've got a sneaking suspicion that it refills less over time. Haven't yet had a chance to bear that out, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, we're at the halfway mark here, so the next step after we built our scribing tools is to build our table. And that's actually telling us more about the research here. Let's look at the items that we need. And none of this is helping me whatsoever. There we go. The research table is what we need. And this is not helping even slightly. Alright, so let's make ourselves a workbench by grabbing us some just standard planks here. Let's see what happens if we make a T-junction here. Nope, that's not it. Alright, so thank goodness for not enough items. We need a table. Right here. I wasn't even close. Alright, so step one. Planks. Step two. Grab one of those. We need two of them. Plop those down right here. And then pop this on here. Voila! We now have a research crafting table. You'll notice it's handily storing all of our discovered and researched aspects, both those primal ones and also the combination ones. So we learned that lux is a combination of air and fire. So if we take air and fire, combine them together, you'll notice I created one lux out of that. But I did drain one of each of these too. So that's one way of researching these, but not the best one. The best one is still to go out in the world with your thermometer and identify these. So what else might emit light? Well, guessing probably some glowstone from the nether, perhaps, things of that nature. So let's see what else we can combine. Let's see what earth and water end up making. All right, you'll notice that makes up Victus. All right, which is life. What if we do water plus Perditio? Nothing. Nothing at all on that one. What about order plus fire? That gives us Potentia. And what about order plus air? That gave us Modus. Modus. Like diabetes. Modus. Which is an incredibly useful one. Earth and earth create Saxum again, as we already knew. What else could we try? How about Perditio and order? Let's blow up the world. Yeah, they are diametrically opposed, so chances are that's not going to help us. But what about Perditio and air? That was our vacuous research. Alright, so we've now expanded upon a little some of our base elements, and these can go on to discover additional ones. So if we were now to take, say, a lump of coal, throw that on the ground and scan it, what does that give us here? Potentia and fire. Alright, now let's see if we can discover amber here. Yes, you see, because that second one there, we've already discovered vitreous, which is the gem, but that second one, which is vinculum for trapping, is actually a combination of, I'm going to our aspects of magic, modus, which we discovered, and Perditio. So once we start the ball rolling by combining the primal elements, that actually makes discovering things out in the wild a lot quicker. So let's see if we can discover anything herbish. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here for a moment. I'm going to sleep through the night, and then we're going to start on our next one and see what we've got there. Hopefully by now you're enjoying what you see, so click like and I'll catch you soon.